them. Slew them and fear feelings them a carry. Them done for already and them can't say them sorry, yeah. Slew them and fear feelings them a carry. You know I grab something again. Wait for what you with him. Who them a good and what that them a try. Them got this thing till I see what you all of them die, yeah. Who them a make us see them with the spell. Then this the money well and them go down and hell, yeah. Who them a good and who them walk us. Them this Marcus I know them all by the dust, yeah. Who them a make us tell them to start. They let them count this mama home. You know see a dead man them. Don't be man them in a not no with them. If I can't be born them. Them don't condemn and be a dead man them. Them don't like me, don't not like them. Tell them some me not keep no funny man friend. Tell them some me not keep no sada my friend. Them go to blow me at the raggy road them. That's why I
just put more energy into getting females to want to hang with me and chill with me and have fun. Rather we was rapping or you, because I won't go and just jump back into somebody I ain't seen in 20 years or 25. I'm the one passing them out. So they looking and waiting for their cars and saying, where our cars at? Ain't that my uncle? Think about a lot of different shit. And I was just sitting here thinking about the things that I went through recently with my kids and other people around my kids and things like that. When I say my kids, I got grown kids and I got teenage daughters. And for the most part, I think about my son's behavior, my daughter's behaviors, and my baby mamas, right? Well, just one baby mama in particular right now. But for instance, not even the kids is biologically mine. A woman that has 7 kids, and once upon a time, one of her sons was choking to death, turning yellow, purple, green, blue, face just flip-flopping. He ain't breathing, no life in him. And he was choking on little pieces of hot dogs because he was like a revolving belt that just shoving them down his throat. And they ended up packing up in his throat, making it so his shit was clogged up, stuck up, they was backed up in him. And I was upstairs and she started screaming that he's choking, he's choking, he's choking. So I run downstairs and I'm trying to do everything I can to get the boy to breathe again. The Heimlich maneuvers, all that shit, which I really don't have no training for, wasn't working. But, so my mind say, hey, if I can't get this shit to pop back up out of him, I need to blow this shit down his throat. So I covered his mouth up with my mouth and I took a big breath and filled my lungs up and I said, and you could hear the hot dogs go popping down his throat. Now the thing is before I grabbed the boy, the mom was in shock. And she pretty much dropped him from arm's length. Like she's got him stretched, her arms straight out, looking at him like he's gone. Dropped him on the ground. He just flopped on the ground like a rubber band. Like it literally looked like a rubber band laying there. And I blew the food down his throat. And he started breathing again. Well, a couple weeks later, that same situation happened again. She screamed, oh, he's choking again. He's choking again. And I had to run down the stairs and do the same situation again. Now, the first time, I literally saved his life. He was purple, blue, green. He had no breath, no way of breathing. Right? And at the time, the boy was like my stepson. You know, that was my baby mama's other child. It don't matter who it is. If it was happening, it happened. But I saved his life. Now, we're going to rewind back farther in the past now. My oldest son was born. Right? My firstborn. My firstborn. And we took him home. He was home for like a day. Not even a day. First day home. And my baby mama woke me up. at 3 o'clock in the morning, crying, saying my son wasn't breathing. So I wake up like, what the fuck you talking about? And my son was gasping for air, crying and going, right. Now, my son's a newborn. He can't breathe. I'm not a doctor. Everybody's in the apartment in the uproar, running around trying to figure out what the hell going on. My grandma trying to tell me to give her my son, and she keep trying to take my son out my hands. And I keep pushing her back like, get the fuck off me. This my motherfucking son. This my motherfucking son. This my motherfucking son. Get the fuck away from me. Give him here. Give him here. I'm like, no. So I'm running around while my son gasping for air. I don't know what's wrong with him. But I go to the kitchen sink and I start throwing every towel that's in the house in the kitchen sink. Every towel that's in the house in the kitchen sink, right? Hot water. Running hot water on the towels. So by the time everything's situated, I got a cocoon of hot towels wrapped around my son, and I'm holding it, and I'm dripping water. I don't know what's wrong with my son. I don't know why he can't breathe. I don't know shit about the type of situations, right? But something around me said, warm him up, get him hot, get him hot. So I warmed him up, and we got to the hospital. The doctor came sitting down next to me in the emergency room. First, I'm driving to the hospital. I'm driving. Stop coming here with that bullshit right now. I'm driving to the hospital while the ambulance got my son, right? They ain't left the apartment building yet, but I'm driving in the Delta 98. It was Oldsmobile Cutlass at the time. Same body frame, whatever. But it was an Oldsmobile Cutlass. It was his mama's car. So I'm floating through Royal Oak, going to the hospital, floating. I get to the hospital, I'm walking back and forth in the emergency room wondering where the fuck my son is. So I'm like, where the fuck my son at? How the fuck I beat them here? They got sirens and shit. How the fuck I beat them here? Where the fuck my son at? So I'm waiting for him. They say, sir, calm down. Your son is stable. They just getting him situated before they start traveling to the hospital to make sure it's a comfortable ride. Your son's good. Everything's worked out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the waiting room, still waiting for him to ride with my son. Then by the time they get there, I'm in the emergency room still. The doctor comes and sit down next to me. Says, "You the dad of the son that wasn't breathing?" I said, "Yeah, why?" He says, "I was just wondering, what made you do what you did?" I said, "What you asking me right now?" He said, "The wrapping them up with the hot towels and stuff. What made you do that?" I said, "I don't know. I just had something telling me to warm my son up to get him hot and get him warm." He goes, "Huh?" He goes, "How did you know to do that?" I said, "What is these lines of questioning for?" He goes, "Sir, I'm a doctor and I'm trying to figure out how you knew what to do. How you knew what was wrong with your son and how to correct it." I said, I'm not understanding what you asking me, what you saying right now." He's saying, "My son had afterbirth trapped in his airways. And when I wrapped him up in them hot towels, it allowed the afterbirth to warm up and melt and dry and drain out. If it wasn't for that, my son wouldn't be here right now, right?" So, at any which way possible, like I literally saved my son's life. It was a miracle because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but something told me to do it, right? Now that's my oldest son, so therefore I gave you life twice, pretty much. You came from my nuts. I made you, and you wouldn't be here if I ain't saved your life. You're not thankful for that. Your mama ain't thankful for that, for the shit she put me through after that. But what you put me through recently let me know, you a piece of shit. I know I didn't which way possible, nigga. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be breathing, literally. you wouldn't be breathing without me. Now, that's the second kid I saved, right? The third child is my first daughter. When she was about 10 months old, she caught a real bad cold from this kid that was traveling from another area of Michigan with it when it was homeless and stuff. So they came and stayed with me from the guy who I was growing weed with. It was a friend of his. But she had a real bad infection and cold, and it was green snot coming out her nose. It was just not normal. My baby was 10 months old, and she got that cold from that child. And like a day or two, she was dramatically sick. And one day she was laying on her mother's lap, which is deceased now, but she was laying on her lap, and Cece said, Joyce. Oh shit, she scared me. She's just looking at the light. I said, what the fuck you mean she looking at the light? Because her head right down by my leg. So I'm looking down, and I can see her head laid all the way back on her mama's leg. And I can see water beating in her eyes. And I can see that she ain't got no movement and no movement in her eyes or nothing. So I'm looking down. I say, Cece, she dead. My baby dead. And she had no life in her. So I'm walking around with my baby. She has no breath, no body movement. She don't have nothing. And I'm holding her towards close to me. We call her 911 and everything. 911 ain't it taking forever. I'm walking up and down the front of my house, holding my baby like, where the fuck they at? 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 Again, my mind say, hey, you can't let them, we can't wait for them. We gotta figure this shit out. We gotta figure this out. So I put my baby on the ground on the grass, and I'm pumping on her chest. And my baby mama say, "Baby, you hurting her? You hurting her?" I say, "Hurting her, baby? She dead. She dead." So she on the phone with 911. I'm bumping on my baby chest, and I'm trying to get her to breathe and trying to get whatever I can out of her. Once again, my mind said, "Hey, blow her up like a balloon." When I say that, that means I took every inch of my breath, my lungs, my capacity of my lungs, and I blew it in my baby that was 10 months old. And I watched her whole body inflate, right? And when the moment that I let go of my breath, her mouth just started gushing green shit like the exorcist. I'm talking about all over my mouth, in my mouth, all over my neck, my shirt. A gallon of the green shit just started spewing out my daughter. So the green shit started spewing out my daughter, right? Her lungs was filled up with this green shit where she had no space to breathe no more. So she pretty much sat there on my mama's lap, or her mama's lap, and suffocated, right? Ran out of breath. So this green shit started gushing all everywhere. My baby mama telling that lady on the phone, it's green stuff coming out of her. She's throwing up green stuff, whoop whoop. The lady said, tell dad to turn her on her side so she don't choke on that woo wop. So I turn her on the side and the shit still just coming. I wipe most of it off. And I grab her and I'm walking around with her this time now. Just hold her, At first, before I even took her outside, I was breathing for her in the house. Like I was putting breath in her lungs. And my baby mama said, what you doing? I said, I'm breathing for her so her brain don't die. Right? Because I know she wasn't breathing, but I know I wanted to give her some kind of oxygen, right? My baby mama said, what you doing? I said, I'm breathing for her so her brain don't die. So I take her outside and I get it, breathing, but she's still in my hands, like no life. She ain't got no stability. She can't hold herself up. She just collapsed down in my hands, and her eyes are all over the place. And she looked discombobulated in the face, and I'm just looking like my baby damaged, like she was fucked up, right? Then we get to the hospital. And when we first get to the hospital and everything was said, what was going on, what I did, what happened, everything else, the nurses and shit was treating me like shit, like I did something to my daughter. And at that time period, I'm about to nut cake because they kicking me out the room, all kind of shit, because I'm in that bitch like I'm one of the nurses, a doctor, whatever. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, I'm right here. Y'all got me fucked up. So they start tripping on me. I said, y'all do realize that's my motherfucking daughter, right? Y'all do realize that's my motherfucking daughter. Started losing my mind in that bitch. So after they got it all situated and shit, we upstairs in the NIC unit, right? And about 10, 14 interns and a doctor come in. I'm talking about a whole bunch of interns and a doctor come in. And say, excuse me, Dad, we was wondering if we could have a moment of your time. I said, I guess, what's all this? Well, Dad, you know, these are my interns. They're studying to be doctors and this and that, woo-wop, woo-wop. And your case is extreme to what the situation was and how you end up getting everything, you know, how you did the situation that you did. And I just wanted you to, you know, elaborate to my students on what you did and how you did what you did with your daughter. So pretty much they was like, you know, wondering how the hell I saved my daughter's life. Now, the moral of this story is that my oldest son and my second from youngest daughter should be grateful. Should have some gratitude. Should have some appreciation. Should have some love. Should have some respect for the man that has brought them into this world and actually kept them in this world. But for some reason, those two end up being like my arch enemies. And when I say that, my oldest son is vindictively going around spitting venom on me. And he's doing very, very, very fucked up things. So in doing that, in every perspective of my life, to the point that he has lost my respect and love from the people that I had, that I barely had. And then my daughter is following suit doing the same thing. And they do it every chance they get, whether it's friend, foe, company, schools, whatever it is. And not every which way possible, because they talk about situations that they have no idea what really happened in the situations that they use to fucking burn my name out because they don't think I'm the best person in the world or their life not great or whatever they think it is. 2 times over, they wouldn't be on this motherfucking earth without me. It's one thing if I gave you life from dropping my seed, but it's another thing if I saved your life. And you still got the nerve to hold a grudge on me about things that somebody else caused. And I've been sitting here laying here for a minute thinking about it, you know, and I don't like sitting there thinking about it by myself. So I said, fuck it, let me talk about it because I like to talk and get things off my chest. But also this will be documented because somewhere down the line, them two individual people will watch this themselves and have something to think about. Whether it's today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, or whatever it might be. And at the same time, the other story that I talked about with my baby mama's son, maybe she'll remind herself of how the fuck she fucking up everything and how she is and her views and how she thinks she got the right to say what she say and do what she do against the one motherfucker that was the realest people in her life. So right now my life is in shambles. My life stays in shambles because as just like my kids, I fuck with the wrong people and try to build with the wrong people and try to love the wrong people and try to get the wrong people to love me, or it's a little vicious cycle. Now I'm at a state of mind where I just gonna be out here enjoying my life. And this is the thing, I'm 49 years old and it took a long time for me to say fuck love or fuck a relationship or fuck whatever because ain't nobody really shit for real. Ain't no real morally relationships that's really bonded on real shit. Everything's a business arrangement now. You gotta have a certain income. You gotta have a certain stature. You gotta have a certain look. You gotta have a certain everyday thing. Love don't form off of natural resources anymore. Relationships don't work off of natural resources. People would settle and a lot of shit slide for the safety and the comfortability of knowing that they got safety and comfortability. Not too many people step out their safety zones, and their safety zones might consist of them being able to hurt other people because they won't let themselves get hurt. My biggest flaw is I came from a fucked up family, and I used to be destined to try to fix my hurt in my life and have love and shit like that that I didn't have from my family. And every time I tried that, it just ended up backfiring on me. And I get into some more toxic ass situations. Like my son, my kids, period, they don't look at all the shit that I dealt with their crazy ass mamas. They know what they dealt with their crazy ass mamas. But they don't give a fuck of what I dealt with their crazy ass mamas. And they know it. They know I've been through some shit. But at the same time period, just like their baby mama, just like their mama, they feel like they don't give a fuck what I've been through. They gonna put me through most shit. Apple don't roll away from that goddamn tree. And I know that because my daughters act just like they mama and they don't have no time in with her for real. And then like, and my older daughter's like her twin, like body language, all that shit, like how they move and express things and all that. So I know that DNA strong, right? So I know my son that acts like a bitch. He really do act like his mama because his mama is what raised him, and a whole entourage of females. I'm sorry, because his mama didn't raise him. Her friends did, all his females, and they mamas. Because my baby mama was fucked up, but I'm the fucked up one now to him. Because his mama do nice things like finance him an old ass Dodge Avenger for $9,000. And that bitch ain't worth $2,500. You know. Now my thing is, if my baby mama was a baby mama, and we was baby daddy, baby mama together, I wouldn't have let her buy that car. I would have known better. But that ain't how things work in our world. Nope. Now my son blaming me because he blew the fucking brain in that car. Talking about it was the battery that I told him to buy. That car was a piece of shit from day one. It's been breaking down from day one. It had every goddamn thing possible go wrong in it. But I gave that nigga a truck that was in better shape than that motherfucking car. I tell you that goddamn much. And he let it sit in the driveway for fucking months and didn't even do shit with it. When I ain't even have a vehicle. How about that? I gave that nigga my running vehicle and he let it sit in his driveway. My other baby mama had to go out there and get it from him. But he'd drive this piece of shit ass Avenger around because it's something that he looked good in, I guess. And he think, and it's a piece of shit. But he wouldn't drive a Dodge Ram around. It had all everything on it. Nothing was wrong with it. It might need a paint job, the little fade, the shit that happened in the Dodge Ram. The motherfucker ran though. Because my baby mama was able to go out there and drive it back to my house. After I sat for weeks with his little sisters with no vehicle, trying to help him be able to get to work and shit that he had no motivation to do. But he can drive that piece of shit Dodge Avenger that ain't shit and motherfucking keep putting money into it and still pay a car note on it at the same goddamn time. But then he'll turn around and talk about me. That's how I know he mentally fucking ill. He going on way to destroy the relationship with me and my daughters that I've been a single father with for 10 years with no help from nobody. He trying to make me look like the biggest piece of shit every which way possible for whatever reason because he's in his feelings. But it ain't nobody else's fault, right? But mine. Everything's on me. It gets to the point now that they manipulate the situation and say, I don't take fault for anything. I don't take blame for anything. I don't do shit. Life just don't function for me. Life just don't go the way I need it to go. I can't force things to go the right way. I could put a whole bunch of energy behind shit that don't pan out, and then I just get to fucking, my feelings hurt and get let down on myself. But people can't judge my lifestyle if they can't relate to my lifestyle or if they can't be in my lifestyle. But my thing is my son knows my lifestyle because he worked with me for a little while 2 years ago, like 2 summers ago, right? Now, when he worked with me, he know that in the process of him trying to work with me, my truck fucked up on the freeway. My wheel fell off, right? That's a fucked up luck if your wheel just go rolling down the freeway, your truck goes sliding down the freeway, but you was able to pull your shit off the freeway, right? But then it gets impounded. It costs $600 to get it out of the impound 2 days later, right? And then you watch me put $600 more into that truck to get it back running. Then you come to work with me. We go to work for 2 days, and my truck get totaled, right? And then you know that it took me months to get another truck because ain't nobody helping me. Ain't nobody financing no truck for me. Ain't nobody loaning me no money for no truck or anything else. And that's how everything is over and over and over and over again. Since I had my daughters, one truck got stolen, one truck got firebombed, one truck, the motor blew after I got the transmission rebuilt. The next truck got totaled, and I'm on this truck now. At one time, I had like 4 Dodge Rams on the side of my house because I was going to build Dodge Rams. And actually, with my son that's being my arch enemy now, and he had the Dodge Ram that ran the best at the time, what I wanted to do is do a YouTube channel of us building the Dodge Rams, like taking parts off of the junkyard Dodge Rams I had in my field and making the second gens run good, look good, and be champs. Even without him or not him, that's what my plans originally, because I liked it to Dodge Rams until my motor blew at the last one. I said, fuck them Dodge Rams. But when my truck got totaled, it was me and my son was in the truck. And now, he experienced, how life is for me. And then he'll still turn around and say how fucked up I am and how I don't do nothing and I don't work and I can't do this and I can't do that. And he try to go toe to toe with income with me. And he know if I do work for myself, I make a hell of an income, right? Some of y'all, I don't know who's here right now, but my son tried to take custody of my daughters. My daughter tried to help him lie to be able to get out of my house because whatever reason she thought that she was going to have a better life living with her 30-year-old brother that don't take care of his goddamn self. Meaning he still needs mama to finance some pieces of shit cars. He uses females to pay the car note and pay his rent and shit. Like he don't work. Even before he had the females to pay his rent, he wouldn't keep a job. His last apartment he had to move because he kept on getting behind in the rent. We gonna act like we don't know this. I know my son's heart works just like his mama's does, right? Because she's a cold-hearted motherfucker, right? She has no filter. She don't give a fuck what she do. She don't give a fuck who she hurt. She don't give a fuck who she used. None of that shit. Well, I can't say that because I don't know who she is now, but she didn't do that back in the day, and I damn sure don't think they'll change anytime soon. Well, and when I say women raised my son, when he was younger, his mama friends raised him because they kept him away from her because she was abusive and crazy. And then after he got older, his mama was dating a female, so he was living with two females as the parents, I guess you could say. He's all goddamn kind of confused when it comes to what the fuck a man role is. He forget when I was around and what I did for him and helped with and do and all that shit. Like I have no credibility for him. But his mom did take him for 3 to 6 years at a time. And disappear a couple times. I have taken him from his mama, and the police was after me about it, and I had to bring him home. That's why I don't understand how the fuck the police by him was allowing him to keep my daughters and telling me that they couldn't get involved in him having my daughters. And sooner or later, when I get my mind state together, I'm about to start a lawsuit between a couple different parties. Because wasn't nothing justifully done correctly in the situation of what was going on between me and my kids. And for the reason is why it wasn't being done correctly, because my son slandered my name out so goddamn good that the cops was like, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck my rights, fuck the bids, fuck the law, everything. And I know our conversations was on a recorded line when I called at the time. And even with the Child Protective Services case, that wasn't handled properly. Not at all. And I feel like that it should be a certain circumstances if people make false reports on people and they see it bluntly done, right? Now, I can see if they had anything close to the truth, but everything that was told in the report was an altered lie. And I think it should be a penalty behind that. And I think it should be a penalty behind the fact that I still was affected behind that. Now I'm getting to the sad things about me being what I went through with my kids, what I went through with their mamas and everything else, and the results of everything that I've dealt with from that to deal with I'm dealing with now from them. Now, mind you, my daughter is playing the same role as my oldest son. My daughter, I've been a single father with her and her sister for the last 10 years. And I might not live the best. Life been a struggle. Life been fucked up. But everybody on the outside always know that they got a better map for me. They got a better map for me. They got a better life design. And they got a better outcome than what the fuck I'm able to do with everything I've been doing and going through. Ain't none of them people try to help. But they got opinions, assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Like they can just fucking automatically redirect everything that's going on with me. Now, when I say that, even like my son, who can't fucking walk on his own 2 feet, somewhere in his head think he can do better than me. But in a month, he done missed 3 or 4 days of school for my daughters. And in 10 years, I have not missed a day of school with them. They have not missed a day of school with me for 10 years. They was with him for 30 days and missed 3 or 4 days. That right there is enough. It's enough things to say, okay, you ain't got what it takes. Now, the second thing is after you say everything's so great there, you doing it so much better than me, and all this and all that. My daughters come home with a whole bunch of lists of what they need and what's got to happen, and they ain't got this, they ain't got that. We need to wash clothes. We got to do this. So what the fuck was y'all doing? What was so great? On top of that, my daughters left because I went upstairs and their room was a hellion, fucked up with dog shit in it, all kind of shit. I snapped. I went up there yesterday. Their room was fucked up. I said, if I see it like this again, I'm not gonna talk this calm about it. After everything we already been through, y'all room should not look like this. Now, if I go up there again and it's fucked up, I'm gonna take pictures of it and we'll send it to Child Protective Services. And that's because after all the shit that was happening, it was based on their room being fucked up. Child Protective Services already said that it was out of control how fucked up their room was. Even after they cleaned it up, moved out, took all their shit out of it, and I was up there straightening it up myself, it was still fucked up in their eyes. So they couldn't even imagine what it was when all their shit was up there. I can't say I'm always good and always perfect, but I can tell you that I'm stressed the fuck out. I'm miserable. Depression is real. And here lately, I watch people wait for my demise. People that supposed to love me, care about me, friends and foe, family, whatever. Not just blood, but outside people too that's supposed to be my peoples. Mm-mm. And I've always known that my ways, who I am, how I am, the things I'm able to do, the things I know, bothered a certain person, right? When I say it bothers a certain person, it bothers niggas. In the hood, I can't shine or show who I am or do the things I do without it like intimidating the average hood nigga. And they don't like me because they ain't got none of the senses I got, none of the knowledge I got, none of that. These motherfuckers can't even read instructions to put their lawnmower together. And I realized one day it pissed somebody off that they asked me, hey, can you put my lawnmower together for me? He bought his first brand new lawnmower. He was happy. And I realized that this man know how to do certain things, but if he can't put this lawnmower together, he ain't even tried. He can't read instructions. Right? I said, I got you. Now, what pissed him off after I said, I got you, and I go to put the lawnmower together, is that I didn't need the instructions. That I opened up that box and I took all the pieces to that lawnmower and I popped it together like a motherfucker. I designed it. Right? Well, for one thing, I'd put many lawnmowers together. Secondly, I'm very mechanically inclined. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to figure out what goes where type situations. But the way he responded to me opening that box up and snapping that shit together and zip, zap, zap, boop, wow, here you go. He was mad. Now, I'm using that as a metaphor in the fact that it's a possibility my son's a nigger because he hate me. And out of everybody around me, all my kids, my sons especially, he has the least skills or know how to do anything. And again, he's the one that was raised by all females. My son has no man in him at all when it comes to fixing shit, changing shit, making shit happen, or building shit, or none of that shit. All my other boys got survival. Even the nerdiest of nerds can do shit. Not him. He sit there with his eyeballs, with his rough forehead wrinkled up, looking like, can you help me? I need some gas. My rent due. I ain't got no cigarettes. And want to tell me what the fuck I'm not doing. How I'm fucking up. How I'm at what you. Out of all his cousins and everybody around him, he the brokest and he got the least. No matter what they doing or who helped him or whatever, you been free. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got shit, but you ain't got shit. But you talk about me, somebody that been struggling with kids, struggling with baby mama drama, struggling with all kind of shit for years. But I can still do shit. I can still build shit, fix shit, and make shit happen. You can play video games. You can DoorDash. And you can gamble. And then you can wait for a woman to pay your rent. And you trying to destroy my world. Why? I saved your life. I gave you life. How did we get here? And you gotta understand when I say I saved my son's life, in that split of a second of the time period that was going on, there was nobody on this earth that could have did what I did. The doctor let me know that. The doctor was just fucked up in the fucking mind and know I did what I did with my son. Just for it to come back around and hit me in the ass today and the last week and the week before and the week before and the week before with the shit they had going on. And they still doing it. They still trying to fucking attack me and trying to fuck with my life. They even got my other son involved. And he trying to go around and help me look like shit and speak some fucked up shit on my name. But we gonna talk about him on another chapter of this same situation because we gonna ask what he did when he was 12 or 13 years old that I got contacted out of nowhere about. What those charges was and why. We'll start talking about that real soon too. Since my kids want to be bitches. They grown men though. These are grown men. We can talk. We can talk about a lot of things. We can talk about a lot of things. Now the thing is, if I bring this conversation up, and if I involve certain things and certain details, my son allegedly don't know what YouTube would do with that information. He don't know that they get every document that's involved in it. He don't know about doxing. Maybe he does. Maybe he don't. And this is the thing. In the last few months, in the last couple months actually, a lot of shit has altered me, right? And it has showed me what to do with these kind of motherfuckers that think they could just take stabs at me, swing baseball bats at me, and do whatever the fuck they doing, whether they my kids, whether it's a chick I was dating, or whether it's just a motherfucker on the streets. So, and strategically, I always do things differently. So as I've been sitting back and thinking about things, and I'm thinking about the angles that my sons have taken to try to destroy me here on YouTube, at the schools, with the police, with my friends. And then I think about all the steps of where we got to, how we got here, and what happened between those steps, and what their actions have been, and what their behaviors has been, and certain things that's being put on my name, is documented on somebody else's. Crazy, right? And as if they play me like a stranger on the streets, it's time for me to play them like a stranger on the streets. Right? Now the thing about this is that it's some shit on my son's name. My son wants to be a rapper. He got all kind of songs all over goddamn the venues of every goddamn music app that you can get. He got skills. The wrong information get out there, them skills don't mean shit, does they? And I've been playing this note in this game with a couple different people this way. Just, just to remind them where the fuck we at. Now, I done thought about a lot of shit tonight when I woke up in the middle of the night after eating spaghetti and getting the itises and falling asleep early and dealing with a few different things from a different couple different directions. Now, a lot of things have been good for me in the last month. I had sold my roll oats, as you can say, and broke a lot of tension, a lot of stress, a lot of depression. I got a lot of different energies that I haven't received in a long time. I have a lot of different therapeutic things happen, right? Now, doing that, I fucked up a couple dollars and I had to still spend money to live at the same time, so it fucked my pocket up a little bit. I don't regret it though, because I needed it. It was just like I took a vacation that I couldn't afford. I almost feel like I went to Vegas for 2 weeks and had a ball. Anybody's judgment behind it don't matter. Because those are the same people that drove me to it in the first place. And they're not about to kill my vibe and my fucking sanity anymore. And the thing is before I did my little whatever they call that shit, before I did my little wilding out little situation, I was wilding out in a different way, and I would have turned out to be a fucked up person. I would have did some fucked up things. I would have snapped, and I had to reverse that energy one way or another, and that was me going out and enjoying myself, being wild and drinking and smoking weed and partying and having people around me that was uplifting and fun to be around. But there's certain people even here that's my normal followers to say, and that motherfucker gonna set it down now. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, I was like, okay, this motherfucker said he didn't had his little spiel and he chilling now. I was wilding out in a few different perspectives of how many females I had, or how many females I was juggling, how many a new female to pop up, and all that kind of things. And I YouTube see most of it, so they would say, "Oh, this motherfucker out here tripping," and I really wasn't because I wasn't out here dipping and dabbing into everything. I just had company. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't alone. I wasn't sitting here dwelling on shit by myself. I wasn't fucking miserable, crying, or just not there. I had to stay out of that spot. So keeping company and having a little fun and enjoying myself kept me out that spot. They kept me out that spot long enough to the point that I felt like my life was worth something. My life is, what I'm saying, it ain't that bad after all. And at this time period, I know once I do get my money right, that I can enjoy life. I can still have a life. I ain't had one for 10 years. And after getting beat the fuck down out of nowhere for not having shit for 10 years, I bounced up out of it feeling better as a person. And it took my son and my daughter and everybody, my other sons, to be assholes and do some shady shit to me to fucking activate a different me. Y'all don't know me, but I've been living off a generator for the last month or better. I can't even tell you how long it's been now. It's been so long. It's been over a month. And that's due to circumstance of my life being fucked up, my utility bills being fucked up. And I bought a utility account that like a couple days after I got it, it came back as a identity theft. And because the dude who did it left the customer's real email on the situation. And then they hit my house, cut my power off, and put a block on the house. And a person that was supposed to be my friend for the last 6 years or so, that we hustled together, worked together, did all kind of shit. She kept on saying before I even did the fake account, I got you, dude. You ain't got to do that. I put the power in my name. I keep telling you, I put it in my name. I kept ignoring her at first because I know she's full of shit. And I know if I would have depended on her, I would have been sitting here for days waiting and getting mad at her because I know she ain't going to do it. She'll disappear, right? So the first time I bought the account, got it activated, it went wrong. After it happened, she's like, dude, I don't even know why you tripping. I told you, I got 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 you. I say, you know what? I need you now. I need that. Uh. My stomach fucked up. I gotta go to the hospital, dude. I can't even do it no more. I think I'm gonna die. If I die, you can have my truck and my house and blah 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 blah. That turns into a month-long situation, which I already knew. I already knew it was gonna happen. I already knew it was gonna happen. Now in the month-long situation, there's certain things that she left with me that is worth money. That's how I pay for the gas for the generator, because the longer you bullshit, the less the money you gonna have when you come back. And I said it on purpose. I said it. I said it ahead of time to a few people. I said, "Now listen, this is what's gonna happen." And then at the end, she gonna pop up, and this is what's gonna happen, and this is what's gonna happen. So everything that I predicted all the way up to now has happened. Even her talking shit and being an asshole and being a stuck up bitch, and the narcissist bitch that she is. I knew it was gonna happen. But the fact that she left me here for 30 days after motherfucker saying that she is gonna help me, but she ain't help me. But when she pop up to me and need help, I help her, right? Now I'm still using the generator. The power situation is taken care of. I'm just waiting for the company to come down and turn my power back on and connect my wires back up to the pole. And after that, next month I have a fresh start on things. I got a couple more dollars to get rid of some. Well, I got to get insurance and shit for my vehicle. My birthday was last Tuesday. Money fucked up. Can't get vehicle right. And I really don't sweat it until the end of October, but it's still bad now for me. But I can maneuver to Halloween. I think about when I first took my daughters. My brother contacts me and said, "Hey, me and Tracy been talking, and we think it's a good idea if you let the girls come out here to Arizona with us. Tracy take one and I take the other one until you get on your feet, because we know it's gonna be a hard do with them girls." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Okay, now let me get this right. First, y'all want the fact that they mama out here fucked up and they ain't got her. That's bad. Now y'all want to take them away from their dad, take them all the way to Arizona, and separate the both of them too. And y'all think that's the best solution out of this. Now, saying that, that means that y'all willing to fly them out there, which is not a cheap ticket. Y'all willing to go get them bed sets, dressers, and all the little knickknacks and get them a bedroom set up and everything. Y'all willing to go through the distance of the time and effort it takes to get them registered in schools and do all that shit and down, down the line, because one of them was too young for school at the time. But either way, that was a better solution than helping us get on our feet. All that money that you was willing to spend to take my daughters away from me could have benefited us having a fair start in the journeys that we've been in. To this day, that don't make sense to them. As the time period then, 10 years ago, they knew that they just knew I would fuck them up. They knew I was going to fuck up and I wasn't going to be able to take care of them in the whole 9 yards. Struggling or not, my kids are one of the best behaved kids around. They get it. Honor roll every report card. They don't miss no school. The oldest daughter is in one of the best high schools you can go to around, and you have to be accepted to it like it's a college. They still have their innocence. They're not walking around here looking grown, acting grown, doing grown activities. Against all odds, my kids are still kids at 14 and 12 years old, other than their brother putting some shit in their heads and they feel like they got the right to vent and talk shit and try to hurt their father. I have zero credit from anybody that knows us to know what the fuck I done got to and did with them. Instead, they're mad and upset. Everybody is. How the fuck? And then if they kids ain't behaving like my kids, they hate me even worse because that reflects on their parenting. That reflects the outcome of your kids versus the outcome of me struggling with mine and what the fuck they turn out to be. Reflects a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And they're mad. They're mad. So they doing their best right now to stop it. We got to stop this and destroy him and shut this down. And everybody's cheering them on because everybody around them want to see the same shit. My baby mamas included, because my baby mamas is just as fucked up as them. The baby mama that's helping record me and shit, try to give them some shit for child protective services. She's been a mutt all her life, and she been a piece of shit to her kids all her life. And she know everything I done did with these little girls is shit on anything she ever couldn't do. She ain't never raised her kids. Her mama did. But the reflection of what my kids turn out when I'm by myself, she can imagine what if she was acting right and we as a family and everything was right in our family and our kids was having a fucking mom and dad and everything was right in our household, what our kids might have turned out to be. On top of that, she got hatred on me because she want what my daughters look like for her daughter. My daughters were her dream babies. Her daughter came out nappy snappy. That woman is what, 2 years younger than me, I think, and she look every bit of 10 to 15 years older than me. Literally. I ain't never seen somebody go to shit so fast in my life. She don't look like nothing like the woman that I used to date. And that's crazy. All my other baby mamas did. They ain't changed. I can still recognize them. Except for the one that's deceased, of course, but that's a different conversation. It's crazy the things that I sit here and think about and come and figure out, like, that's crazy that they acting this way and all the shit that I've been through with their asses and the shit that they done did their damn self. And, it's crazy. Just crazy to me. This is more of a conversation for them. They'll watch this later if they ain't watched it now, because some of them got fucked up sleep too. It's some things for them to think about. But it's fucked up to think I gave somebody life twice. And they still turn around and act like that ain't shit. I sit and think about life and think about where I end up being and how I get to certain places, and then I figure out how to get the fuck out that place and that situation. And then I still will sit back and look back and say, how do I still get in them situations? And not everything that I know, I done helped a lot of people, no matter how what level I done helped them, whether it's helped them get a house, whether it's helped them get their car fixed, whether I fixed their car, so whatever it is that I done did for people. And I know that truthfully, I haven't received that help at all since I had my daughters, ever in life, really, but especially when I had my daughters. And it would seem like everybody wanted to see me fail at it. And the more I didn't fail at it, the more they got mad. Even my brother. My brother knows that I done did some shit. Instead of him saying I'm proud of you, he still try to attack me and fire my life up. And even though he see his nieces ain't on a bad track of life, he still want to hurt my life. And even though he ain't got no relationship with his nieces, and he had asked them out of Christmas gifts and everything else for petty shit, he has done no wrong. It's a lot of different things that my daughters might feel like if they wasn't around me, they'd get a different treatment and get different things. And my brother plays a role in that because he gives my other kids Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and shit every year. And he said he don't get my daughters shit because they with me. And my daughters used to ask, "Ain't that my uncle too?" And I'm like, "That is you. That's your uncle, yeah." Because he also sent other people that's not even related to him gifts. And I said, "He really your uncle. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really your uncle." One year, he sent all the gift cards for Christmas to me, and I had to go around driving my gas to go drop them off. And at the time, I had love for the kids that they was for, so I did it for them. But everybody, like my nieces, my kids, and other kids, had gift cards, but my daughters. And I'm the one passing them out. So they looking and waiting for their cards and saying, "Where our cards at? Ain't that my uncle?" And at the time, he didn't give them cards because I wouldn't watch motivational videos off of YouTube that he kept on sending me links of. And to this day, he has not gifted my kids a damn thing. To this day, my kids don't know him and his kid don't know me. And it's gonna stay like that for a lifetime. Because the shit that my sons try to use against me came from him. And that came from him trying to destroy my relationship with my sons. Then he come pop up and dig up people from my past. So I bumped into such and such. They want to talk to you. I'm good. And I'm good because you already done debriefed them. You already done gave them your words of what anything in my life might be in your vision. And I'm not about to sit there and have them wonder how they looking at me or if they believe anything you say. I done been through that enough where I had to reverse your words. Or you had to publicly prove your true face to certain people before they stop believing you. I'm good. And you get mad at me because you can't get me into your game, right? It's two or three different people he done did this with lately. And he's mad because I won't go and just jump back into somebody I ain't seen in 20 years or 25 years. Whether it's a family member, whether it's somebody I used to be friends with, and he got involved in my friendship with that he shouldn't even know. I'm good. Because one way or another, you done did some poison and you want to see me get hurt by them fucking with me and shitting on me too. I'm good. Ain't nothing good coming from anything that you trying to get me involved in, and you mad because I won't entertain it. You a narcissist. I know you. I'm good. Paint me crazy. First of all, through all the things I've been through in life, I'm trying to get the least as people in my life as possible, not dig up people from my past. Because if they was able to fade away in the first place, they wasn't fucking with me in the first place. I'm good. You lonely to the point that you in Arizona digging up people in Michigan. You moved there. You did that. I'm good. My thing is, how bored or lonely do you got to be to sit there and randomly start running your mind at who you can look up next? Well, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wonder what they doing. I'm good on that. If my life that damn pathetic, I think I'll go fishing, bowling, go shoot some pool. And 9 times out of 10, I do that with a nice young female as well. I'm good on digging up old people. Or accepting the people you dug up, knowing that you don't talk shit about me. Because that's what you do. And that's why I won't take the invite to reunite with nobody that you found. But this the thing is, as they see that I don't want to reunite with them, and every time you talk about me, which you will, almost every time you talk to them, you gonna bring me up and try to dog me out. Eventually, they're gonna be like, "Why the fuck is he talking about this nigga so goddamn much? It's so bad." And 9 times out of 10, some of the people that he talk shit to me about reach out to me and say, "What's up with your brother?" His friends do it. That's why he go digging up people because he realized he done fucked up and fucked his friendships up with people. And when I say that, it's his friends that's got brotherly love for their brothers, like unpenetrated, unpenetratable. They like fucking best friends, and there's a couple of them, and he got a couple friends like that, and they little brothers, they fucking best friends. And they look at him like, how you be doing your brother like that, man? And they come to me and say, man, something wrong with your brother. Chad ain't right. Chad ain't right. And I've been saying it. It just took them a while to see it. And they wonder why I was the way I was when they was around both of us and shit. And then they start realizing why. Everybody do. So he got to go find some new hosts. It's ironic that I can sense that him and Miss Woods going through the same shit in life right now because they both the same exact way. They both fuck up. They both narcissists, and they both go in panic modes when they ain't got no supply, right? And when I realized how deep the supply situation runs, and I used to be they supplies, and it's crazy because Amanda the same way, but I already had that nipped in the ass with dealing with Miss Woods. So in the situation of knowing how people are and how they need a supply, especially Miss Woods, especially my brother, they hate it that they can't fuck with me. They hate it that they get no action. They try, and try, and try, and try. And to the point, once they do, no, they ain't getting nothing in them. They defeated. They leave me alone as they win. That's they win. Is walking away defeated and continue to try to talk shit about me. But for my son to turn on me, and he wouldn't be on this earth without me twice. Meaning I dropped that seed and I literally saved his life. That's crazy. And for him to have my daughter involved, and I gave her life twice, literally saved her life too. I didn't know there was that much water in there. I was an emotional wreck earlier, 30 months ago, about a month ago, a couple weeks ago. And it got to the point that, it was getting real bad to the point if it got any worse, things was gonna be real fucked up, real bad. We rather whatever direction that I would have took that to deal with the pain and the anguish and the depression and the sadness. I was sinking into a lost land, and I only how I grabbed the ropes to pull myself up out of there is I visualized everybody laughing. When I say I visualize everybody laughing, I visualize all the little enemies that is playing their little roles right now, and I was sinking into that spot where they wanted me at. They was winning, and I said I can't let them win. And so I started figuring out what I had to do and worked even harder to get some kind of activities around me. Meaning I did the same shit that I always do. I just put more energy into getting females to want to hang with me and chill with me and have fun. Whether we was rapping on YouTube or somewhere chilling and playing cards or whatever it was we was doing, I was out here wilding and enjoying myself. Like I literally was out here drunk driving, and I ain't never drunk drive all my life. I don't even drink like that. If I'm drunk, I make sure I ain't driving. I was driving to go get another bottle. And the people that I was doing it with was fucked up because they known me for years and say, nigga, this ain't you. The hell? What the hell? What the hell? You know, I was with females with them, but they still see me in a different form. When it came down to me just saying, fuck it, I'm loose. I had to let go. I had to let go of everything. And I don't drink because I have a long history of family of alcoholics. My dad, my uncles, everybody on my dad's side was alcoholics. My dad was a drunk all my life, so I don't even really fuck with drinking. But when it came down to needing to break that tension and being having fun and having company and doing what I did, I enjoyed it. And I had a lot of fun. And it stopped me from being affected by a lot of shit that was going on with the people around me that's supposed to be with my loved ones and family and shit. So I got a different stride now. And when I say that, I hung out with a few different females, and they all was young. And then they had different personalities. They had different things going on, and they was different spirited. So some rides was like a whole different ride. Some rides was like set it off. You know what I'm saying? Like we ride around just thugged out doing some shit. It's been some wild shit for the last month. Had two females coming and work with me, all kind of shit. And then sometimes the females be golden from 70% of the shit. But the 30% that they fucked up with is the things that I kind of needed to be good. So it's easy for me to keep it moving in the long run with situations. But I still was able to have fun with them. Moving on to the next one, have fun with them. I even had a female blow my phone up 67,000 times in a motherfucking 15-minute period. When I'm saying that this woman called my phone so many times back to back, motherfuckers started telling me that it wasn't she had AI doing it for her. Because I didn't know how it was possible that you could keep calling like that. I'm talking about, I know you could keep calling, but that fucking quick. The phone stopped ringing, it never stopped ringing. Like it was just another call connected to another call. And the thing about it, even tonight, I thought about that situation and I laughed about it. And it's because she wanted to see me so bad and she knows her little attitude had fucked the night up. And she pretty much was probably trying to call and apologize, and I wouldn't let it happen. And she know how I am. She know my attitude. She know me good because we've been through it for a few years now. And every time we get around each other, we get a little bit closer to getting close. You know what I'm saying? And she do some shit, I take her ass home. Or she say some shit and I hang up the phone and keep it moving for a while. And she knowing inside of her she like being around me. But she still got her little shitty attitude. And I never accept it, so I keep doing what I do. I test her temperature out. Oh, yep, okay, keep it going. I'm talking about this girl blew my phone up so damn bad that at the end of the situation, I'm just thinking like it was kind of cute. And I know she done had a smidget of some smidget of some smidgets of some things that she knows she liked it. And I know that she want to know what the rest of them smidgets would be like. You feel me? So, yeah. But I had the enjoyment of knowing that I had control of the situation. And then I realized that females are so egotistical too that these young chicks they think they can blow your phone up and text message you shit. And I know you read what I said, whoopty whoop. And I don't have to. I ain't had the time to tell her when you was texting me, you was blocked, so your text messages wasn't coming through. Not her, somebody else. Because when I say I'm not about to be entertaining, then I don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all going off on me talking shit, whoop whoop. Now this the thing is I be still talking to the female in the text message because I got some things I want to express. But that's only how I can get my word across. It's not letting them speak. You know what I'm saying? Even in real life, because they gonna overtalk you. So I got them blocked, so I can see the little bubbles moving at the bottom of the screen where they texting and where they stopped, where they sent it. They don't know that shit ain't coming through. They probably on the other side wondering why my conversation ain't corresponding with their conversation because I'm talking. I'm not listening. I watch certain situations happen. It's funny roles that people play. What's up, crap? What's up, Dre? Oh, I was up, Dre, thinking about some things. I was thinking about my kids earlier. I said it earlier in this live, but reiterate for you and Crop real quick. I woke up because last night I ate some spaghetti and passed out from the leftover spaghetti, and woke up this morning 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just sitting here thinking. And I also turned the generator off because there ain't no point in running it tonight and running my gas out. So I was sitting there thinking. And I don't know if y'all know this, and I said it earlier in this live, but like my oldest son, the day he came home from the hospital, he almost died, and I saved his life. And the way I saved his life is still undocumentable and unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? I made a miracle happen. And so, with the actions of his newly behaved actions, I sit there and think about the fact that I gave you life twice. And it's the gratitude I get. And I think about all the other shit in our life and what I've been through with him. But the fact that I actually gave you life twice. And when I say that, it's because my son came home from the hospital with afterbirth still stuck in his airways. We don't know this until the situation happened, but the shit settled. It was blocking his airways, and my baby mama woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning crying, saying that he wasn't breathing. And my son was going, he couldn't breathe. So I'm walking around the house with my son. My grandma trying to take my son from me, and I'm telling her to get the fuck off me. That's my son. And he trying to cry, sweating, and all kind of shit. And he can't breathe. And I went and wrapped him up in all the hot rags and towels that was in the house and held him until the ambulance came. And by the time the ambulance came, he was breathing, was calm. And by the time the doctor treated him shit at the hospital, the doctor come out and talking to me, asking me how did I know to do what I did. And when he was asking me that, I'm looking at him fucked up. And he says, because what I did melted the afterbirth and allowed it to drain and open up his passage. He wouldn't be here if I didn't do what I did. So the situation of that's one thing I'm thinking about. Damn, how the fuck did it turn out that this the biggest bitch in the world in my life? Like this nigga done deceived me and fucked me up, all kind of trying to shit on me, right? And then I think about the fact that, and this might be crazy, that it's two of my childs, and both of them playing the same role. But when my daughter was 10 months old, she stopped breathing, and her lungs was filled up with phlegm, with green shit, like looked like some shit the Ghostbusters, the Slimer would throw on you. And only how I know that is because she was gone, had no life, eyes watery. Like she sat on my kid on her mama lap and took her last breath. And I walked around the house breathing for her while I was dialing 911, waiting for the ambulance. I was blowing air into her body. My baby mom said, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm giving her air to keep her brain alive." You know what I'm saying? Because she's not breathing. I know she's not here. And it was going on so long, and then it took so long for the EMS to get there that I started panicking outside, cussing and shit. Like, where the fuck they at? Where the fuck they at? Imagine my baby ain't breathing at all. She just limped in my arms, and I'm blowing into her mouth, so she got some air. And so I lay her on the ground and I'm trying to, pump on her chest and shit. My baby mama said, baby, you hurt? And baby, you hurt? And I said, no. I said, baby, she dead. She dead. And then I get the notion that she ain't breathing. I take my body and I fill my lungs up. I say, and I put it over her mouth and I fill her whole body up with my air. And her body lifted up like a balloon. And once I let go, she started exhaling green shit. Like the exorcist is slime in my mouth, on my neck, on my shirt, it's everywhere. And the lady on the phone say, turn her on her side. So I turn her on her side. She keep going for a little while. And after a while, she started, coming back a little bit. But she was like all fucked up and her eyes was all twisted and rolled around. And she was not, like nothing was right. And she was slumped in my arms, just sitting there, just like in a daze. And my baby mama said, baby, what's wrong with her? I said, she coming back. She got to come back. And she literally had to come back. Like her soul was fucking leaving. She had to literally come back. And when I got to the hospital with her, the doctors came into the room with all the interns, with like 10, 15 motherfuckers. And they questioned me and asked me how I did, what I do, how did I keep calm, and all the things, and saying you a hell of a dad. You know what I'm saying? And to come now that those are the two people that hate me and want to tear my life the fuck apart. I don't understand how that happened. Yeah, but I got two of the stories. AZ, how you doing, my baby? Let me get your wrench because I had to reset some shit. Crap, you can get your wrench back too. Um, I don't understand how them two kids got vengeance out on me. So I just been sitting here thinking about a lot of different shit because, and on top of that, one of my baby mamas that was trying to help them, like, get the custody situation because I know she hate me because of me being and doing what I did with my daughters and the achievements of my daughters and everything else versus what she have never done with none of her kids. She recorded my conversation with her and gave it to my son for Child Protective Services, right? And she has a son that she chopped up some hot dogs for him, put him in a high chair, and he sat in the high chair one after another, shoving hot dogs in his throat to the point that he choked. And she's screaming, Vince, he's choking, he's not breathing. So I come flying down the stairs. And when I say I'm flying down the stairs, I literally put my hands on the walls and slid down the walls with my hands. Like my feet wasn't on the steps, right? I landed at the bottom of the landing, run in the kitchen, and at the time, my baby mama got her son and her hands stretched all the way out in front of her, shaking him. Said, he's gone, and dropped him on the ground. And he landed on the ground like a rubber band. And I looked at her like, what the fuck wrong with you? He's gone. He's gone. And she's pretty much snapped and just in shock, right? So I pick him up, I look at him, I'm trying to, give him, Heimlich maneuvers, all that shit. Ain't none of that shit working. So he turned him yellow, blue, green, his face was transforming. So I take my mouth and I put it over his mouth and I blow my lungs into his throat and I push the hot dogs down. And you can hear him go gloop, 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 gloop. When I did it, you can hear the thumping outside his body. No bullshit. He did that twice. The first time he was dying though. The second time she just said, Fitz, he's choking again. And I just came downstairs and blew him down. I said, stop giving him the motherfucking hot dogs, that damn smaller nigga. Stop eating so many at the one time. You sat here this time and watched him do it. Because she was in the kitchen with him. So and for her to play the role she played in the situation, you should have a little bit more gratitude and appreciation for me. And ain't nobody ever gonna come here crap and tell you I'm lying about none of that. My son's life I saved, my daughter's life I saved, and my baby mama other son's life I saved. And the more I repeat that, the more it hurts my soul that these are the main people play a role trying to fuck my life the fuck up. Damn, I done got hungry as hell. I know y'all heard that. I ain't turning the house on until the girls wake up. Uh, and I hate that I sat in the quiet today to have to think about that shit because I sat here by myself thinking, and I'm thinking about the shit my son and my daughter done did, and what my baby mama trying to help them do, and even Miss Woods, because my kids try to get her involved too. But out every which way possible to know I done gave motherfuckers life twice. Nah, I already smoked and I ain't got shit else to roll up, and I don't even know where my little one-hitter pipe is for me to smoke again. I mean, I got some weed to roll up, but I ain't got nothing to roll up with. Don't tap a pipe though. I just got weed in it. Ugh. I've been trying to smoke myself back to sleep and it ain't been working. And then what it is I ate a whole bunch of spaghetti and that shit put me to sleep early. And I woke up fucking sitting here stuck at night and I turned the generator off because I need to save some of the gas because I'm on my knuckles right now trying to get some more money from the work that I got to do. But it caused me to sit there and realize how fucked up motherfuckers is. And somewhere in between, they was checking out, and they done seen something or met somebody in between the middle and the other life. It made them come out to be the main two people that fucking hate my guts. But some good things about to happen. I see it for happening, foresee it. I've been told things gonna happen, and I know I'm gonna make some things happen. Next year ain't gonna be like this no more. I need these little 30 days for a few different ways to make me see and realize and feel some things. And I'm gonna tell y'all low key, and I ain't including y'all in everything because I know certain people watch shit. But I done got real ruthless with motherfuckers, boy. I'm telling y'all, motherfuckers, it feel goddamn good too. It feels so goddamn good. It feels good to be a wolf with the wolves. It feel real goddamn good, and I'm not fucking done either. I'm not even done. My spirits and personality so goddamn different now. It don't even make sense. Even with the female game, I ain't no hoe no more. I'm motherfucking. I mean, I ain't no hoe, but I play shit different with they asses too, and that's how I get where I am. I don't give fucks no more. I give zero fucks about a lot of shit now. Everything ain't the same no more. What's good, Smoke? You probably pop back up, huh? Shit, chilling. Just going through some little therapeutic thinking through the night. Went to bed early and woke up thinking about a lot of shit. Thinking about a lot of shit I just dealt with. You wasn't around for, but it was a hell of an episode for the chapters of the shit that guy goes through. And then that chapter might stretch out for the end of the book. Cause it was a doozy. I know I can't wait. Yeah, after I get my truck legal, I guess get me some more fucking risers. Oh, I ain't had no concentrates in a while. A little dark night smoke session, therapeutic words. Had to get some shit off my chest. It ain't even necessarily get off my chest. I just, wanted to talk. Because I sat here thinking about some shit that was fucked up. And that's what I do. Smoke some weed and talk to my chat. But it took a while for some of my chat to get here, so I was talking to strangers. How you doing, Libby? Where you from? Yeah, I had to do that so you can defend yourself, Smoke. Just in case. Do I make me a sausage biscuit? Sausage gravy pot pie this morning or oatmeal? Probably the pot pie, but I gotta wait till I turn the power back on so the stove can ignite the oven. I'm from United States, from Detroit, Michigan, one of the murder capitals of the country. Nah, it's other states worse than ours now. We used to be one of the top ones. Everybody that lost their shit now, though. Say he from the 313. Lick, how long did it take you to figure out what the 313 was? Or do you even know what the 313 is yet? Because I know y'all shit work different than ours. What's the 313, Lick? What is it actually? I'm in the dark right now anyway. I'm just sitting in a dark room. You couldn't see me if I turned the camera on. You know that's my area code, right? Like you gotta dial 313 in a telephone number to contact somebody. Like y'all should be 011 something 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 other than that. All right, so that's my area code for the neighborhood, that for the hood that I'm in. Oh, okay. I'm not really doing good, but I'm doing good. I'm gonna be all right. Life is life. Say the American food looks so good from there, huh? I'm trying to think what New Zealand food would be. Y'all ain't over there eating pork and beans and tomato slices with hot dogs, are you? Smoke you laughing, but it's over somewhere. That's one of the famous dishes ever with some damn toast or some bread. They eat some wild shit over there. They got like pork and bean sandwiches and shit. He said American food, the most dangerous food in the world. Motherfucker, our food everywhere. Y'all you got all the same shit we get. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. I just, was just thinking this shit. I'm not, my moods don't go like that too much. Even if I get emotional, it's just because, it's emotional conversation, but I'm not in a bad mood right now. I'm not down or in a bad spirit. Only thing that's fucking with me is my pocket right now. My money fucked up. Other than that, I'm Gucci. You feel me? I done got past all the bullshit. I'm just thinking about shit and reminding myself things. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm not tripping. I'm gonna wait for everything to, I just need to eat right now. I'm hungry. I'm smoking. I got my one hand in my hand. I've been trying to smoke to go back to sleep. Shit. Once I get high enough, I'm in this shit and take my ass right back to sleep. And I'm almost there. Oh yeah, I'm not scared of being an emotional being. That's the thing is I'm not scared of a lot of things when it comes to feelings and being real about shit. And the thing is that so many people so used to being bottled in and closed in that it's you can't be the opposite of me and things work out. Like even in a relationship, females protect themselves and don't let their feelings be involved. I'm a feeling person. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look for. So if they so isolated and bottled in, it ain't. I can't pretend like we dating each other. You can't express yourself. So it is what it is. And then they get mad at me because I'm not gonna play pretend with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, being alone fucking sucks. And I did it for a long period of time, and then I tried to close that void. And the two times I tried to do it recently, Miss Woods played a role in me losing that. And so I know that I got to keep her the fuck out my shit anyway, just so and then the next time I ain't got her in a situation. She got to keep it moving. Even though me and Amanda went through a lot of shit, the last thing that really fucked things up was Miss Woods. Hey, and if I couldn't find the right one, I just kept a few of them. That's what I was doing. Lick. I don't know if you were paying attention, but if they were, I knew none of them was gonna act right, so I just had different ones for different motions. If I wanted to be in a different mood, I go hang with one. If I knew what this one would do, to hang and chill this way, I go hang with that one. If I knew this one was gonna do wop wop, I go hang with that one. I had different shit every day. I needed something. I knew which one to call. And most for the most part, because they miserable and lonely too, they was ready available. The only ones that wasn't ready available was the two chicks. They always kind of busy. I already know what I need. Yeah, we need them, all right. Morning, everybody. I see y'all creeping in. Right when I'm about to sleep and end this shit again. You gotta hide motherfucker again. Yeah. Where the fuck I just put my pack that fast? Oh, I just lost it that fast. Oh, well. I don't need it. I'll leave it sideways. Oh, I know, Dre. It's cold as hell. The weather dropped quick to the motherfucker. I'm glad I chopped the big plants down. The little one's still in the ground, but I want to leave some of them out there till fucking November. I'm about to chop the rest of them, like half of them down today though. They ain't got no hairs left or nothing, and they turning purple from the cold. We have a little shum. Have a little shum, but I'm selling all that shit anyway. Gotta get that money, baby. It's 48 Fahrenheit right now. Yeah, you keep telling me that, Dre. What you about to cure then? You got them bags, don't you, Dre? Yeah, that's what I thought. I forgot what I'm gonna put them big plants in. I don't think I got enough jars, big jars for them. If I got the jars, I don't got the lids. I don't think. And the two big plants should be probably at least about a half a bow altogether. At least. It might be a bow. I'd say a half a bow for sure. I ain't really paid attention. But it's some decent weed on. It look good, smell good. Look at my house banging. Shit smell good and motherfucker. Yeah, Nick, we ain't about to do all that extravagant shit. We know about those that take the fucking moisture packs at the top of the lids and all that shit. I know about that. That's why I was telling we ain't about to do all that extravagant shit. That's too much.